ever feel like like sometimes you get stuck in a bubble,
Yeah, totally.
especially with like tech, right? You
Yeah.
think it's all about the same big players and then bam!
Right.
You sent over these articles about smartphones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's a whole new world out there.
There's this whole airily other world of awesome phones and innovation happening in places we don't even think about.
Absolutely.
So today we're diving into that.
Let's do it.
We're talking about the rise of affordable smartphones, but not just anywhere.
Right.
We're talking specifically about Muslim-majority countries.
Fascinating stuff. I'm really excited to dig into this.
Me too, because I learned so much just reading these articles.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Malaysia, Indonesia.
Huge markets.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive and growing so fast.
And these aren't small markets either. These are places with booming mobile phone scenes, but with brands we rarely hear about here in the West.
Exactly. And that's what's so interesting because these brands, they're not just competing, they're thriving.
Yeah. Get this, Symphony. Practically unheard of here.
Right.
They're like giants in Bangladesh.
Yeah. Symphony, Q-Mobile in Pakistan, these are major players in their markets. And what I think is so fascinating is how they're winning. It's not about just copying what Apple or Samsung are doing.
Right.
It's about deeply understanding what their local market needs.
Yes.
You need a phone that can survive a bumpy bus ride to work.
Yes.
You need something that's easy to use if you're transitioning from a basic phone to a smartphone.
Totally.
And of course, it needs to be affordable if they've got you covered.
Yes. Like, take Teletalk in Bangladesh.
Okay.
They're like famous for their crazy affordable data plans.
Right, which is essential.
And that's the thing, they get it.
Yes.
For a lot of people, this is IS, their internet. Is
Yep.
that their connection to everything?
It's their lifeline to the wider world in many cases.
Speaking of which, did you know that in many of these places, owning a smartphone isn't just like a given, like it might be for us.
Yeah, no, it's not.
For a lot of families, it's a huge deal.
Oh, absolutely. It's often their biggest tech investment.
Yeah.
It's a major purchase, and they need it to work for them. So affordability is obviously huge, but it goes way beyond that. Like, look at iDroid in Malaysia.
Okay.
They totally nail that entry-level price point. But they've also got features tailored to local needs. Things like longer battery life for areas with unreliable electricity grids.
Oh, wow.
Cameras that are optimized for capturing those vibrant colors and scenes.
So smart.
They're really thinking about their customers.
Yeah, it's like a whole different playbook.
It really is.
But then we've got, like, Ino is in Indonesia,
Okay. Yeah.
shaking things up in the mid-range market.
Yeah, they're really interesting.
Durability is like their thing.
Yeah.
These are phones that are meant to handle, the heat, humidity, the wear and tear of everyday life.
Yeah, tough phones.
They've even got models with like water-resistant casings.
Which makes sense. If you're working outdoors, living in a humid environment, you need a phone that can keep up.
This shows that innovation isn't about just like slapping a high price tag on something.
Exactly. It's about solving real problems for real people.
Mhm.
iKnows knows their customers value practicality.
Yes.
And they value a phone that's going to last. And then you've got General Mobile in Turkey.
Okay.
And they basically went global.
Wow.
They partnered up with Google on Android One. So they're offering a clean, secure, that stock Android experience.
Yeah.
But at a price point that's competitive even in Europe.
Wow.
So they've really expanded their reach.
Okay, so we've got local brands. They're absolutely killing it. They're killing it with affordability, and they're killing it with these features that are tailored to specific needs.
Yeah.
What does this tell us about the future of the smartphone market?
It tells me that we're on the edge of a massive, massive shift.
Interesting.
We often think about, Silicon Valley
Right.
as being the center of all this.
Right.
These companies are showing that no, innovation can come from anywhere. It's driven by solving real local challenges.
Right.
They're not just meeting a need, they're raising the bar for what's possible in the global marketplace.
It really makes you think. Like, what other tech revolutions are bubbling up right now that we haven't even heard of?
Right.
And what can these, like, established tech giants, what can they learn from these, really agile, locally focused companies?
Absolutely. I think there are a lot of lessons to be learned.
Well, this has been eye-opening.
It really has.
Who knew affordable smartphones could be so fascinating?
Right.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
My pleasure. It's been great talking about this.